Five Guys, Mostly Lies.
Oh, I was dancing naked and you need Skype Premium to make a group video call. Fuck you, Skype.
Because I don't have my other topic.
God damn it, Dorian. You're like a little fucking bitch right now.
Wow. Alvy, let's get this bitch rolling.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Five Guys, Mostly Lies. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. With a library of over 100,000 titles, you can have any book for your listening pleasure right on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or any other MP3 device. For all the awesome listeners of Five Guys, Mostly Lies podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download along with a 30-day free trial. Get your free audio copy of Physics of the Future by Michio Kaku and any book of your choice available at audible.com. Download your free audiobook and 30-day free trial. Go to fiveguysmostlylies.com/freebook. Again, that's fiveguysmostlylies.com/freebook. All right, boys, here we go. Another fun and exciting adventure that we're going to take you guys on today. We've got everybody on board again. And actually, everybody on board again this time from the beginning of the show, which is
We've got a baby on board. Dorian's here.
actually on time, and I'm happy about it. But we've got Dorian,
Hello, guys.
Mike,
Yo.
and in a weird kind of like conjoined Skype call, we've got Rich and Pat together.
They're kind of inside each other.
He goes with conjoined Skype call is what he goes with.
I mean, you make it any more awkward for listeners. Okay, so we're playing video games, and that's what's up.
Door stop. It happens.
So there you go. Rich and Pat are on board with us tonight too. So
Pat, your dick.
Why am I a dick?
Oh, you can't hear. Here, you can take one of these.
Who is it? Is it Kim?
Yeah.
What up, Kim?
Hello, Kim.
Hold on. She's got to put a headset on. Hold on.
I mean, can you put a headset on?
Hey, Pat, what's up with the friend request, man?
What happened?
What happened? What?
Oh, he's an asshole.
I don't know.
I voted.
Bananas.
Well, that's what I kind of was thinking, and I was
What?
going to offer that if
What
he
is
needed to
going
borrow
on?
a pair of balls, I got some for him.
What is going on? What are you talking about?
This is why we love Kim.
What did she do? I just don't
She just verbally whipped your ass. Is what just happened.
That's what she did.
I don't know if I heard that. Maybe I heard something different.
What'd you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I heard as well.
I heard somebody just coming after my boy Pat for seeing his girl, and
Mike, of course, having no idea what anybody's
Yeah, Mike, I love.
I gotta be honest, I wasn't even listening. I gotta be honest.
Oh, this is what she's bitching
That's
about.
gonna
I
be
didn't
mentioned
realize
every
you friended me.
Who's bitching?
You. I didn't realize you friended me till right then until you made a big show about it.
Kim,
What?
you just got home from work?
No, I just got home from the bar.
Oh, Kim went to the bar?
Be without the bar.
we're a couple drinks into the night, so this is gonna be a fun podcast.
I had to take my boy to happy hour.
That's so awesome, man.
That's how we do.
I have a man job, so I get off Friday, and I have to go have a couple of drinks.
Oh,
She just
Dorian, you
used
hear
Pat's
that?
sake.
he's got
I
a
heard it.
hand job, boy.
What did he say? What Doran say?
I heard it. Kim just came on and goes, I got a man job.
All right, I'm gonna
I
let
like
you
how he
boys
has
do
to-
your thing.
Conversations with himself.
Hey, that's good. Are you talking to yourself or is that Courtney?
Courtney.
We know Dorian. I was kidding.
Oh, Dorian,
Okay.
nuances of a podcast are still lost to you.
Yeah, you don't realize this is actually supposed to be spoken conversation.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, it's like, hey, Rich, Dorian, are you in your Star Wars outfit?
Wearing the Boba Fett helmet as we speak.
Oh, come on, boy. We all know you have a Jar Jar Binks. Don't act like a true fan.
If I had a Jar Jar Binks, I would totally wear it.
I know.
Touche.
Do you know Courtney has not seen a single Star Wars?
Yeah, you need to divorce
Well,
her.
you know what? Neither is Tim.
I mean,
You
really.
need to divorce her before you marry her.
Yeah. You just need to sign those papers ahead of time.
It's okay, Dorian. I'm with you.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I love Star Wars, man.
Wait.
No, I've
No.
seen them. I've seen them. Kim hasn't seen them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kim has
no.
never seen a Star Wars.
never seen a single one.
Dude, I played the first movie, and it got to the point where like Luke Skywalker, I guess, crash lands and finds Yoda. Dude, and Courtney's like, "Can we change this? This is boring." I was like, "Oh my god, you cut me deep. You cut me deep." I was like, "That."
Like, how do you like? I understand not liking Star Wars. I mean, I don't, but I can at least like say that. But, dude, you accidentally watch Star Wars. like
The only way it's redeemable if you've seen like an epic cult classic, like Bruce Leroy, The Last Dragon. Oh, please, people.
Nobody.
Nobody, Alvy, don't
Crickets.
fuck with me.
Nope, don't know what you're
Crickets.
that sounds like blaxploitation from the 70s, doesn't it?
Oh,
exploitation.
It's 80s actually, and it's.
I was close. All right.
The Last Dragon. You guys have really never seen that?
I've seen the Last Dragon.
I've seen Last Dragon, but not that one.
Yeah, with what's his name? Sean Connery as the dragon, and
No.
No, that's Dragon. That's
What
what is that called?
Dragon
Well,
Heart. Dragon Heart.
There's a mess.
Dragonheart. No, yeah. Sean Connery's the dragon, and what's his name?
Might be
About
negative.
Comer.
But it might be negative.
Wow, Pat, you're just an asshole. You know that?
We're gonna run with it again this time, and finally we get episode 3 recorded, and I'm very happy about that. Sorry for all of our listeners out there that waited this long for it. Between everybody being sick, everybody's schedules being all out of whack, and a really shitty recording that we tried to get done, and it didn't work. Just the levels were all screwed up. We are now able to bring you a good one. So
I'm thinking we sum it up to say that most of it was Dorian's fault.
Why is it always my fault?
because it's always your fault.
That is your point in the group.
You're just
I'm sorry. That was me. That was way too.
God, he just starts at the throat.
well. From what I understand, you guys have been in a little. Well, to Pat's defense, he's been on nights for the last week, and I don't think he got a lot of sleep last night. And he drove from Miami to middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's on caffeine and Red Bulls and
Uppers, downers, Quaaludes. He's
Get out of here, Ricky Bobby. I don't want nothing none of this shit.
Don't you put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
so that's awesome. So before we officially launch the show today, Dorian had us go back and find 2 topics for him that he had brought up in our Facebook chat. So we're going to kick off today's show with Dorian's 2 topics. So Dorian, go ahead with one of your topics, and we'll kind of go from there.
All right. Well, one of the topics was just a funny thing. Sitting around kind of bored, just watching TV. We had the iPad out, and we, for some reason, me and my girl just started bringing up sex toys. And we're like, oh, man, that'd be cool to own. That'd be cool to own. And as we're scrolling down the list, they start getting into really fucking weird names. Big red dick and floppy balls.
Whoa. Dorian, I have a question. What can you describe to me what the big red dick sex toy was?
I have no, dude. It's just, and it literally had floppy balls, and then there was another one that was an actual. Like shit has just gotten weird since the last time I ever walked into a porn store. They have an actual monster, probably thigh thick, ejaculating cock. Like you jack it off, and it fucking blows its load on the. I don't even know what the load consists of, but it just blows its load. The one that caught my eye that was fucking hilarious is this one thing that fucking straps around the bed completely, like around the entire mattress, has handcuffs, this and that, and something else you attach to the ceiling, and you pull the girl's legs up, and I don't even know how it works, but it was just called Penetration Station. It had all these different fucking positions.
Was it, Dorian, was it the under the bed kit?
No. You're talking about just the under the bed handcuffs. This was it was called Penetration Station, and it attached your mattress to become a labyrinth of the vagina. Like you can contort your woman in any way that you
That
want.
doesn't even make sense. What's the labyrinth of the vagina? How does that
you don't want. You have,
True facts about Courtney. She has a labyrinth of a vagina.
you have to see the picture. The labyrinth I'm referring to, like all the fucking strings hanging everywhere.
Courtney gets on here and describes what you just said with the labyrinth of vagina and agrees with you, then I'll let it slide. But it's just not
Sir, you'd have to see what I'm talking about. It literally was a maze of just pulleys and ropes.
It might make a labyrinth of her vagina.
Yes. Dorian, may I read what you are looking at?
Go ahead.
Hello. The penetration station will revolutionize your bedroom play. It will allow you to penetrate deeper in positions you never thought possible. The easy setup and discreet under the mattress storage allow you to hop on for a ride of your life whenever the mood strikes. If you like this, then check these out. Sport Sheet, Super Sex Sling, Under the Bed Restraints, Penetration Station, trademark. Sport Sheets. Keep it coming.
You literally just shrank the anyone watching this.
Yep.
Or listening.
Creepiest thing I've heard all week.
You might as well have pictured the pencil mustache at this point.
Laughing maniacally, just
Looking all for the world like one of those used car salesmen.
pinstripe fucking shit suit. Yeah.
Good lord.
I
What was
love
the
it.
other ones, Dorian? Come on.
I don't even remember. I just remember, like, at one point, it was just, it honestly came out with normal names, you know, double-sided dildo, you know, glass dildo. And then it just started getting into, like, fucking weird names. Like, I'm telling you, the big red cock with floppy balls.
What the
and then
fuck were y'all looking for?
What the listeners don't
you just
know.
scroll down the list. You just literally, the further down the list you go, the more awkward these fucking names come. Dr. Evil's vagina.
The further down the rabbit hole you got is really what it boils down to.
Okay, Alvy, there was one that was shaped like a foot. However, the heel was a vagina.
Yes.
So you could turn it around and it looks like a foot to everyone, but after all your guests leave, you can easily turn your foot around and fuck it. Like, it was just fucking weird.
Wow.
This is totally what we get for letting Dorian start off one of our conversations.
Unreal. What were you going to say, Rich?
Well, you know, what the listeners don't know is that Dorian would widely be considered the most vanilla of the group. And
Almost the most prude.
Yes, in a way, yeah.
Really?
And so, yeah, absolutely. Hands down. Let's bring Courtney on for verification.
No, we're not bringing.
That was brutal.
Let's bring. Wait, Rich. You mean let's bring bananas on?
Bananas on, yeah. Exactly. So for Dorian to walk into a superstore at all was probably like him flying to another dimension.
Well, I don't think they went to a store. They were just online.
We were just online.
Online?
Yeah, like we were just scrolling through the iPad.
That's all you saw?
Oh wow, boy! When you don't go to Todd's unless you've taken like a relaxer of some sort.
Well, no. What I'm just saying is, like, I used to go into Todd's with you all the time, and then I mean they just have.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Hold on. I'm not sure where, sir, you're making that up.
Rich. Story time. I think all our listeners want to know about your last visit to Todd's. I mean, I think.
I know I do. I do. I mean,
yeah,
really.
Of course.
Hey, Albie, Mike, you agree?
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. So, Richard, Dorian, would you like to tell us what y'all's magical journey to Todd's was like?
Dude, I was like,
I would like to put on a record.
Were you holding hands?
That Dorian's live.
Question: were you holding hands, sir?
No.
Sir.
Now the closest we ever got to Todd's was when we wanted to go the other day, and that was with Courtney in the mix.
Richard, I've been to Todd's with you. Or someone showed me Todd's. Someone took me to Todd's.
Maybe.
One of
Bananas.
But it wasn't
Dorian, I asked this honestly, and did you ever go with bananas? Me and bananas.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I think Richard's right. I think it was
Bananas.
the one who took me because I went with a couple.
Yeah, I went there a couple times with them.
Yeah, so I think it was.
Bananas. You could go by yourself, Dorian. I'd still like you as a person. You'd be okay in my book.
Some of these sex toys look like they hurt. Extreme nipple weights. Who would want to fucking?
You gotta ease into it. It's all in the hips. It's all in. You gotta relax, kid.
What? Nipples and hips? What?
Mike is never going to be one of those guys who can read like the sex like the sex books,
No.
because literally the people be like, and I'm not turned on anymore. I want to walk away from this product.
Oh.
I'm like,
Wow. I mean, you literally stang him right to the heart.
yeah.
It was either that voice or I was gonna do Vincent Price, and I thought Vincent Price might have been just even creepier.
Well, and I haven't read any of the books, but all over these websites is all these 50 Shades collections or like a 50 Shades kit.
Hate those books.
I've never read them. I've never read them.
I started reading one of them. They're terrible. They're horrible. They're Twilight fan fiction that she then went back and put in new names, and that's actually the honest to God truth.
Oh.
You just shit on every woman that listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
I can't help it if the book they chose to read was literary excrement.
Sir, I mean, wow. All I know of the book is that my girlfriend fucking asked me to sit there. One time we were just watching TV too much. We wanted to turn it off, and we were like, hey, let's just hang out. She goes, hey, why don't you read this book with me? I'm like, all right, fine. So I basically read a chapter out loud. Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. Literature garbage. I had to smoke a cigarette after that chapter. I was like, ooh.
Dorian, but your vanilla is shit.
That was exactly what I was.
And did you get to the thumb maneuver in book 1? Yeah. Go read the thumb maneuver that no person has ever fucking done in their life.
A thumb maneuver? That doesn't even...
There's a thumb maneuver.
Just your
Anyone who's read the
description
book.
of it actually makes it sound not appeasing at all.
It is very unappeasing.
Listening to you guys talk is actually making vomit come from.
Well, Richard, for the love of God, stop looking at Pat.
I mean, I could close my eyes and hear you two describe 50 Shades of Grey, and I feel like I'll be limp.
Actually,
my life.
Rich, I thought I sent it to you
After
one
this
time.
podcast, we're down like 100 likes. Like they take back their like. And
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
take them back. They're like, nope, I don't
Female
want to like
audience
this
is
anymore.
Like, fuck this. No, ladies, that Mike is alone.
Hey, Albie, I wonder if we could program in like a question, like a little survey question, and it's going to be who has the worst sex voice. It'll be Dorian and Mike, and see who wins.
Rich, I have a
That is glorious.
Did you ever see?
That's easy to do. I could throw that on Facebook or on the website. Either two, doesn't matter.
I like both.
Yeah.
Both would work.
Rich, did you ever
I
see?
have a better sex voice. I can talk nice and low.
Dorian, it's your.
You got to do that in Spanish, though.
And
Do you-
Dorian, it sounded like you're just talking through one of those like voice like scramblers.
I will fuck you hard. Rich, you ever see where Gottfried reads 50 Shades of Grey?
Gilbert Gottfried read
Jumping back on
50
it.
Shades?
Yeah, he did. He did a reading of 50
God,
Shades.
are you serious?
So if you think I have a bad sex voice,
Where is this at, and how do I
Gilbert
find it?
Gottfried reads 50 Shades of Grey.
I will
for his night.
I will find this because I bet that's amazing.
Your penis will go through a fucking like shrinking.
I was in the pool.
Yeah, like, it will take days to get hard again.
Wow, that looks not at all nice. That's gross. Sorry, I keep scrolling through these web pages trying to give you guys examples of weird shit that I'm seeing, and just one came across the screen, and I was like, that doesn't look pleasant at all.
Hey,
Why
Dorian, I just wanted to ask: is Tristan in the room?
I'm actually on the balcony, sir.
That's a
There's
good
like some
question.
old
Okay,
lady
that's
seated
fair.
on her balcony, just terrified.
Just for my godson's like his young, development, I can't think that any of that would be good for him.
Oh God, he's.
Am I the only one wondering why Dorian is scrolling through these photos?
I'm trying to show you guys the example. You guys asked me for an example of weird names, so I went back to the website and I'm trying to find weird names.
That sounds fappy.
I don't recall asking that.
Actually, either Mike or Alvy did. They said, "What are these weird names?" And that's where I started describing big red cock and floppy balls.
For the eighth time.
God.
We do not
So
get.
anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody good?
We
That's
definitely do
awesome.
not receive any advertising money for you saying those words over and over. Mike, can we get a piece of news?
Yeah. What do we want to do?
Do the guy who sued his woman because she was fucking plastic surgery and her kids came out ugly.
You not rehash shit?
We not do that particular conversation because I feel like that would start a little controversy. Well, actually, that's what we do, so forget that.
You didn't get that bit of news feed?
$350 today.
All right, well, hey, let me before you go into that, Rich. Have you guys seen? Kim showed me this last night, and I was dying. Apparently, at the CMAs, I guess they were this week. I'm not a big country music fan, so I'm sorry that I don't know their names. But yeah, I know. But two country music stars. There was a guy and a woman, and they were sitting there, and they did a song about Obamacare and how bad the website is. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see it. I saw people talking about it online. Apparently, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was. I caught the very end of it, but it was like the very end of the song was like, I'm here the night. I'm here the morning after, and only 6 people have been helped, or some shit like that. It was hilarious. You got to YouTube it. It was pretty funny.
You know what else was hilarious? Them honoring Taylor Swift. Thought that was pretty fucking funny too.
Did Kanye get up and get the award anyways?
No, they don't let. It's CMAs.
That kind of preludes into Dorian's next topic, right? If it's right, is it racist if it's right?
If it's right.
Yes, Dorian. It's still racist if it's right. Watch this. All Cuban men are tiny little midgets.
Yeah, that's
right. Statistically, that's right. You people are very tiny, and yeah, I said you. Dorian, say it.
Literally, 2 of the Cubans here are taller than you, Mike.
Who's taller than me?
Alvy and me.
Alvy and who?
Me?
Richard, I'm 6'2". You've never been taller than me in your entire life, ever.
You know what? You may be right. I just don't see you often.
I will take Alvy, however.
I'm stronger than you. That's
true. I have full kidney functionality.
What a dick.
Golly, too soon.
God.
Too soon.
Actually, I assumed everything. Wait, real quick, on a serious note. Rich, I assumed everything was going well because you hadn't talked about it again, yeah?
Yeah, it's going good.
Okay, good.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Cool.
God, what? Yeah.
Really?
Think about his cereal.
Or mac and cheese.
No, it was cereal.
No,
I think the mac and cheese is already gone, right, guys?
Oh, that's been gone.
Yeah. I know Richard's moods.
Hungry, happy, sleepy.
Wow.
So one of the topics that was brought up on this episode that didn't get aired because the recording was just really bad was Bitcoin, and Rich told us that Bitcoin's at $350 a coin, it's up $100 from Saturday, basically, when we talked.
Which was up $100 from
actually not even that. It's up $150 from Saturday when we talked about it.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, from my understanding, what started or prompted the big boost was the election. I forgot the overseer of the election. It's like the Federal Election Committee is going to allow, or there's rumor of them allowing Bitcoins to be used as
campaign funds.
Donations.
Really?
Yeah, and that's huge because Bitcoin has made hundreds of thousandaires, as it were, of people that are in their 20s. So, I mean, this could be a huge change to where people can – and on top of that, you know, the anonymity – how do I say that? Bitcoin being anonymous –
anonymity?
I'm having a hard time today.
They haven't done it yet, but you were talking about the Federal Election Commission, and they're pretty close.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Federal Election Committee. Yeah, I was right. Federal Election Committee.
Wow. So just that brought it up to 300. Hey, Pat, I bet you're pissed that you sold that Bitcoin at $200, huh?
No, man, because it was still pure profit.
No, because I bought the thing, and right now I'm running 5 gigahash and at Rich's house chilling.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I told Pat, welcome to the world of serious investing. I mean, when you change from GPU, which is your average consumer, what they have, to what's known now as an ASIC processor, which is they're pretty much using solely for mining out algorithms in Bitcoin, you kind of upgrade to the big boy status.
That's kick-ass, man.
Pat just made it.
That's cool.
So anyways, Dorian, what do you think about Bitcoin?
I actually know nothing of it. Well, I don't want to say nothing of it. Richard has tried to break it down to me. Actually, starting about a year, probably even more back, he tried to break down Bitcoin to me. To me, at the time, it just seemed like internet money. Like, it wasn't that interested in it. And the more and more now Pat has gotten into it, and Alvy's expressed interest in it. Not only you guys, but like I'll go out with a friend from the bar, and all of a sudden he's talking to me about Bitcoin, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's getting its popularity, and as you guys just mentioned, we can see it in just the numbers. I remember when Richard was telling me that's the reason it didn't interest me, because Richard's like, oh, I just made $12, I just made $14. I'm like, nah, never mind. But now we're talking about a Bitcoin's worth $300 something. Interesting.
Yeah, I personally got lucky because we went back and found one of my computers and ended up having 3 Bitcoins on it. And I'll tell you what, I've been able to purchase some goods and services with those 3 Bitcoins.
Yeah, basically, Pat, this was 2 years back. I told him about this, and this was when the Bitcoin were $2 a piece. You know what I'm saying? And you could mine at the kilohash rate. Now, if you're not rocking at least 2-3 gigahash, you're not making anything. No,
I said in our Lost podcast that you had that one guy in like Sweden or something, and he went in at 26 cents and just made $850,000 in 3 years.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, these are the early adopters, and so Pat, he bought a $100 graphics card at the time, and he wasn't mining anything. I think it was like 0.25 a day. And at the time, that's like, 50 cents. So he wasn't too excited about it. So he kind of forgot about it for a little bit. Never ran the program after a few weeks. And now, we were joking about it now. He's kicking himself in the ass because he's like, man, if I would have just kept running it, we did the equations, it would have been like some 38 Bitcoin. You calculate that at $350 a piece.
Well, let me side note you there, Rich, and if you could quickly explain, because we did it in the last episode, but it hasn't been talked in this. What are you talking about when you refer to mining Bitcoins?
Yeah, I mean, so, a lot of people ask how Bitcoin's created. And, to be honest, the folks out there, they're going to need to do their own research. There's only so much that I can explain because it does get a little technical. However, the short of it is anybody can be a miner, as it were, of Bitcoin. They call it mining because your graphics card or your GPU is actually using its power to hash out an algorithm or an algorithm block, which is an infinitely solvable chain of very hard equations. So your graphics card is trying to input billions or millions of equations per second to try to crack this code. And if you crack it, 25 Bitcoin are created. It used to be 50 Bitcoin when it was first incepted. Now, most people's computers, even in the day, I say in the day, which is about 2 years ago when it started, could not crack the code, as it were, by itself because there were so many other people trying to crack that same code, and somebody would inevitably solve it before you got a chance or your computer got a chance to input the correct equation. So what people do is they join a pool. So this whole pool goes at cracking the code together, and when it does, they split the Bitcoin evenly. Sometimes in the 0.00 all the way up to the 8th decimal point. So it can fraction very small if there's a lot of users. So that's how it's created, the long and short of it. And the reason why that is because it can be created in a predictable rate over time. So it balances the market out. And depending on how many users are trying to solve the equation at a time, the difficulty of the algorithm changes so that the number of Bitcoin that are produced is at a consistent, predictable rate over time. So that way there's not large market fluctuations, unless, of course, it's gaining momentum or there's speculation, and that's obviously what we're seeing today.
Well, I mean, that's just like any other Forex that's out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like another currency. You got to think of it as currency exchanging because that's what it is. I mean, Germany just accepted it as an official currency. Now we're talking about, the Federal Election Committee accepting it as contributions for campaigns. So, I mean, you got to think of it as a real live contender in the currency world.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
The great thing about it is it's owned by the people. So anybody trying to solve this equation is also simultaneously helping out the network, and they're simultaneously part owner of it. So we don't have a Ben Bernanke or a Central Reserve.
Yeah, it actually does seem like it would be a damn decent alternative currency. So let every government keep their main currency because that's how they kind of do things. But it does absolutely seem like it would be a superior alternative currency for,
The world, yeah. It is.
The world, yeah.
Well, saying that, I mean, do you ever think it'll reach? I mean, this is just me kind of thinking far ahead. You ever think it'll reach a point where now we have all smartphones? You just, you fly to Costa Rica, all you have to do is turn on your phone, and you can purchase things via Bitcoin.
Well, Dorian, they already have that in
Yeah,
New
you
York
can already
right
do
now.
that.
There's hundreds of different stores, coffee shops. I mean, Mike, I don't know if you've even seen these down there.
Yeah,
but
I've seen them.
they accept Bitcoin as payment, and people come right up on their cell phone. They use a Bitcoin wallet that transfers to their cell phone.
It's because the Bitcoin has worth. If it didn't have any worth, you obviously
Right.
couldn't. It has worth. So it's not. It's everyone is getting Heidi, but Richard said it's just another currency. It
Right.
would be just like if you had German marks.
Wow.
Rewind.
Okay, rewind. It'd be just like if you had Krugerrands. No. Nope. It would be just like if you just had like Mexican pesos, and okay, I'm not weird on that.
Currency, Dorian.
Good. Yeah, your currency, Dorian.
Thanks.
It'd be just like if you had Mexican pesos and you converted them to dollar bills, in the sense that it's just another currency.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
it. There's no difference except for you're just talking about who backs which currency.
Yeah, and the Bitcoin is backed on the full faith and service of its users.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's the same thing with the U.S. dollar. A lot of people ask me that. Hey, what gives it value? And I usually pose the question back: what gives the U.S. dollar value? You can't.
Well, they're all. I mean, they're all. There isn't. I mean, every currency in the world today is a fiat currency. There's no currency that's
I
backed
would
by
argue-
anything other than that.
I would argue that Bitcoin is not fiat.
No, that's what he's saying. He's saying all main government currencies
Yeah.
are.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, not all, but yeah, all first world.
All
are
first.
fiat. Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
So no, it's it's cool, and to be honest with you, it's cool that the election committee is not maybe not that they're gonna do it, but they're at least having that discussion, which makes Bitcoin an even more viable currency.
Now, assuming that goes through, how high do you think this will jump?
Well, look here. I said it 2 years ago when it was at $2 a piece. I said, and sort of the speculators, whatever, they said the same thing, that Bitcoin was going to reach $100 by 2013. We're in 2013, and it's $350. They're saying now that Bitcoin's going to go above the gold standard to about $1,500 in the next year and a half.
Wow.
The ultimate goal of Bitcoin and the original inception of it was so that the very smallest currency, which is called a Yatoshi after the owner, or Satoshi after the owner. So the 0.8 decimal point is dubbed a Satoshi. That's supposed to be kind of like the dollar of it. So it goes off the concept of like a yen, to where there's only a single type of currency. You know what I'm saying? So instead of saying the dollar, I should say the Satoshi is supposed to be similar to the yen in a way.
That's
So
interesting.
that's really exciting for someone like Pat and I, who's at a pretty serious rate right now. So we're talking about if we put it in or not real time, but if we put it in futuristic time or time, in the future. How do I say that?
Okay.
3 to 5 years down the line, we could potentially be mining thousands of dollars a day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In other news, and in fact not in other news, not seen in pretty much every mainstream media except for a story every now and then, was that possibly the strongest storm ever recorded in human history just nailed the Philippines. And I have not seen I've seen nothing.
Yeah,
Really?
I haven't seen anything on this either.
Super Typhoon Haiyan, I don't know how to pronounce it, but strongest storm to ever make landfall, they think. Sustained 1-minute winds of 195 miles per hour.
Holy shit!
Size of stretching from Florida to Canada.
What?
That's how big the fucker was. And it just, I've seen nothing.
Wow.
I didn't hear about this at all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, and I know. Because at first I thought I was lost, and I was like, wait a second. I watch the news like crazy. And I read the news like crazy, and it's just down there stuffed at the bottom of a fucking page like, oh, BTW, Philippines getting smacked.
I didn't even know
That's not
anything
even like a
about
mic news thing. That's just a fucking...
Yeah, I mean, that's weird because, You know how you have the picture of the old cat lady? Mike's like the old news guy.
Yeah.
All he needs is the pipe, and it'd be a perfect picture.
Yeah.
Oh.
Walks with his cane and gets his cup of coffee.
I'm actually drinking okay. Also, Pat, stop texting me, creeper. Pat's texting me talking shit about all of you.
True. Another happy news. Oregon lost last night.
Oh.
And now Florida State's looking real pretty at number 2 for the rest of the season.
Boom.
Go Seminoles. Thank
All
you,
right,
Stanford.
So in a serious note, though, let me ask you this.
What's up?
So Alabama had probably its toughest game. They played last night too, did they not?
No, they did not. They'll play tomorrow night again.
Oh, they play tomorrow. Okay. So they play LSU tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you think Alabama will lose to LSU?
No.
I don't think so.
Likely not. But they always play them hard, and you just never know.
No, you never know. Any given Saturday, sure.
Yeah.
But the question is, okay, and I guess the real question is, so let's assume that Alabama is going to beat LSU tomorrow. What do you think that Seminoles' chances against the Tide is going to be if in fact that does happen and they go to the national championship?
Well,
there are definitely more than a few Alabama fans that I've spoken to that thinks that Florida State would be the best competition for them in the national championship game, and they would call it a toss-up.
yeah,
They couldn't say who would win. I think it'd be some pretty even teams.
Alvy, I'm a Gator and fuck the Seminoles, but I'll tell you, the only team that I've seen that could even come close to beating Alabama is definitely FSU.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now, as we're speaking right now, I would tend to agree with you there.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Alabama play, firsthand. But the guy that I fly for is a big time Notre Dame booster, and Notre Dame had a magical season last year, and they didn't show up against Alabama. And not to say that they would have anyways, but dude, Alabama, I don't know what Saban is doing down in Alabama, but he has those boys.
Well, you got to remember, Alabama has always been one of the best football programs in the fucking nation. But when we were growing up, remember, they were gone because they weren't allowed to play. They weren't allowed to. Yeah, I mean, so.
But I mean, it's what I guess what I'm getting at is, in order, let's put it this way: in order for Florida State to beat Alabama, they've got to play like the best football they've ever played in their lives.
But then again, I'm trying to remember, was it against Stanford where it just looked that was? Florida State was just beating the shit out of Stanford. It wasn't even.
But
Clemson.
Or Clemson, yeah, Clemson. Same shit, different day.
Yeah, no, I mean,
my feelings on that is that Jameis, he's a solid QB, man. I've only seen him give up maybe one or two interceptions, and he just recovers after that. He's not even shook. On the next couple of plays, he brings it together and gains the first down. Like,
no, he's a different kind of player from. I mean, that kid's amazing to watch.
He should get the Heisman this year.
He really should.
Boy needs to get the Heisman this year.
It's like, if he continues to play the way that he's been playing this year, I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, the kid's just playing phenomenal football, and a lot of people are saying that it's because he plays baseball for the Seminole team too as well.
Yeah,
and he's a pitcher for the Seminoles, and he credits that to his, him, like Dorian said, being able to throw an interception and come out the next series and just and go crazy because he just puts it behind him. It's like, oh well, I gave up a home run. All right, let's go, let's play again.
And what I like about him is that he doesn't always play conservative. If he sees that long guy and he's like, it's worth the shot, even if it caused the interception, he tosses it. It makes you jump out of your seat, and you're like, and sometimes he makes it, and you're just like, glorious. I could hug the man right now, and then
get that big red dildo out of me.
Wow.
Wow.
See, Dorian? Wait, Dorian, this was an example of a joke without real precedence.
Random as hell. Hey, actually, though, you guys were talking about this whole Alabama FSU thing.
Damn, he dives back into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of correlations in there between Alabama and FSU. Like, our coaches, both the defensive coordinator and our head coach, both used to work for Nick Saban in one capacity or another.
Sure.
There's a lot of correlations. If you look into it, I think it's going to be it's all going to work out for the best for Florida State. That's what I believe.
It'll be interesting, man. That'd be a hell of a national championship game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have faith in Jameis, though. I have faith that I don't think it's going to be a blowout like Clemson, but I have faith that it's going to be tight. But I feel like it's in our favor.
And again, Alabama's is also now pretty arrogant.
We'll continue this conversation after the game tomorrow, and we'll see what happens with the LSU.
Well, if they
Alabama
lose
thing.
to LSU, then FSU's number 1, right?
Yeah, then it's just, I mean,
Right.
and then from there, who knows? I mean, who's,
Oh yeah, Oregon better not show up because FSU will tank Oregon. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I think so. No, and I think if what's LSU ranked?
11th.
Oh, okay, so they'll drop out pretty far if they lose.
They're not a bad team though. They're definitely not a bad team.
You know who is bad?
Yeah, I know who's bad. You
Yeah.
know who's really bad?
Wait a
Might
minute.
just falls
Hold
right
on.
in.
I actually have been waiting to say this, and I'm so glad I remembered it now. So I'm reading on ESPN yesterday, and all I see is Gator. Gator, I think it was like a linebacker, gets in scooter accident and is knocked out. Like, you guys could not have more injuries. I mean, your luck is just terrible.
Wait, if we could talk about a more terrible team, because I watched that Seahawks game. The Bucks have not won a fucking game this season.
God,
man.
I know.
Did you watch that Seahawks game?
I
We-
saw it, and you're just like, yes, they're gonna win one, and against the fucking Hawks.
I know.
Damn, they were like, what were they? They're like number
No,
5.
they were the central fucking number 1.
How about Dorian's Miami Dolphins and how much they're just throwing up games?
Oh,
Ridiculous
wow,
style.
yeah. Oh.
Hey, wait, even better. You know, the Dolphins, I hear the Hurricanes are a great team too.
Well, with all fairness, I'm not really a Hurricanes fan. I'm a Dolphins
Yes, you are.
fan.
You're from Miami.
I'm a Seminole fan.
I know you are, bud. And actually, Pat defended you once when you weren't here, and I was making fun of you, and I was making fun of the Canes, and he was like, "Just so you know, Mike, he does not like the Canes."
Yeah,
No.
it was one of the lost episode.
Yeah. I don't like the Canes at all.
All right,
Wait, episode that Dorian wasn't there from the beginning for?
That's right. We got to give Dorian props. First show that
I
he
know.
was here right when the show began.
We literally said that at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm just reiterating it.
Oh.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's a podcast sometimes. Hey,
I want to be I want to be a godfather to your son, Dorian. That's how much I like you. Dibs on next one.
Dibs on the next one. I'm not sure if there's going to be a next one.
Dorian's getting snipped, y'all.
All right,
I know.
so-
I'll go in with you, bud. Let's do it.
You
Reverse.
guys are disgusting.
It's reversible.
No, that's you guys are. I don't even want to talk about this. It's making me hurt already.
It takes like 15, 20 minutes.
All right, so let's
Mike, you already got it done?
No, I just know that.
let's shift gears here. We're gonna go nerd. We're gonna go geek here for a second. So Mike got me to
Yeah.
game a couple of weeks ago. I think we talked about it on one of the episodes. I think it was Contagion. Great game, a lot of fun. But he got me on another one called DayZ, and we were trying to get the rest of the guys on this because it's such a phenomenal game. And for those of you that don't know what it is, DayZ is a mod that was put on the Arma 2 engine, and it's your basic post-apocalyptic zombie survival game. And when I say survival game, that's exactly what it is, because
You will die.
when you die, you lose everything that you had, and you start from the fucking ground up again.
I wouldn't die.
And yeah, you will.
You will.
There's just no way around it. Everybody dies.
I would just stay in the same spot the whole time. Where I would
you would
not
start-
act or anything.
You're just gonna camp and not do anything.
Yeah, I'll camp by the fastest respawning food thing.
Actually, not a bad idea, Richard.
You guys are like, we've been running around this whole fucking time.
No,
playing
no.
the game and shit.
No, and actually, the more people you get playing it, the much more exciting it is. I mean, really, just between me and Alvy, we've gotten into some shit.
Yeah, and, I mean we've
I
had some,
promised you we would try it one day.
Yeah, I know. You know who should try it? Dorian.
I heard that Dorian has both a computer that can run it if he wasn't inept at using it, and he has the game as well.
I do. I have the game. I've set it up. I had a hard time setting up the mod. But once I got the mod,
it's a little bit of a work. But Mike walked me through it pretty easily, and it's really not that hard.
Well, if I can get it up and running, I'm down to play tonight.
It's a blast.
I actually logged in about an hour, I'd say. No, a little less than that. But I started playing Arma 2 a little bit just to get the controls down. It looks amazing. Like, I had a blast just playing Arma 2. And then I switched over to Rift, where Richard kind of walked me through a couple levels there.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say about the DayZ game is the controls are not very
intuitive on
any level.
It took me a while, sir. It probably took me the entire 45 minutes that I was playing.
And I mean, I've been playing it for a good 3 days now, and I'm still learning little nuances of the game. So,
like how to fly a fucking helicopter, Alvy.
He's a pilot in real life.
It's very true, dude. Flying a helicopter in this game is insanely difficult. Difficult.
Alvy, I landed the one that was by the barn. I took off, did a few circles, and landed.
Did you?
I hit a tree. Fucking helicopter.
Well, we've got it. I've got it down for the most part, barring any weird things that kind of do happen. But I mean, I've gotten it to where I've landed on rooftops and shit like that. So yeah, you guys got to get on this DayZ thing.
Now, can you land on a rooftop and take supplies from the building you've landed on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you can get off the roof. Some of the buildings don't have
some of the buildings you can't, but you land on buildings that have ladders coming off the roof, and yeah, you just go down, you gather up all the materials and
zombies
and you can, and then you get back in a helicopter and you go to the next spot and you do the same thing.
But that's if you have access to a helicopter, which Alvy may wreck it, and then I won't do anything to make the situation better. At which point I made Alvy. Alvy crashed one, and I was like, all right, we got to walk. It was a long walk, wasn't it, Alvy?
Mm-hmm. It was a long ass walk, and we walked and found an ATV, and yeah, it's a great game, man. You guys got to get on it because I guarantee you, if we could get all 5 of us on it at one time, it will be a blast because it's a bitch playing by yourself. It really is.
Well, I'll log on with you guys tonight, so at least that'll give us 3, and we'll see what kind of shit we can get into.
Yeah, it's a blast, man. But yeah, Pat,
I'm so shitty at the
get on it.
In another nerd,
definitely,
I
you definitely
just
don't
saw
have to worry about the requirements for the game because we definitely are all over that.
Oh wait,
whatever the requirements are, we're good to go. We got
doesn't
rigs.
matter.
We'll be handling it. Take care of our business.
Unfortunately, it's not a well optimized game, so even if you meet the requirements, you still may have some performance issues. But yeah.
I don't think anybody in this conversation doesn't have a rig that can run it, though.
Wow, Mike, why don't you prop up those taped together nerd glasses?
I was just thinking that about the nerd glasses.
What an asshole. I mean, this comes in.
No, I'm the nerd. Hey, Richard, though, this reminds me. Richard, other kids play Pokemon. I cry because I know too much.
They exclude me because I know too much.
Oh, my daughter loved Pokemon, by the way.
The game you got for yourself and regifted to her?
I did not re-gift it to her.
Yes.
Excellent.
Let me ask you a question.
What I did was
opening the game herself. And
what I did
special
was
joyful feeling.
I'll tell you, Pat,
played the game before me.
Even funnier, Pat. I'll tell you about that in a second. I did not re-gift it. What I did was gift it to her, but open it before.
Mike's the person that gives you a gift, and as soon as you unwrap it and you're excited about it, reaches over your shoulder and then goes, "Hey, let me show you how to use it," and then runs off and plays it for 3 hours.
True story. Hey, Dorian, fuck you, Dead Island. Say it.
That was awesome.
Yeah. All right. So, but when I gave it to her Halloween night, and right before she went to bed, and even worse, I was like, "But you can't play it until tomorrow," and set it right. I set it right on her dresser, facing up, so she could see it the entire time. I was
he likes like a masochist.
Yes, or a sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Sure. I like it. Power is cool.
That's a little weird. Okay.
No, Dorian, it's not. You're vanilla. Richard, is power awesome?
Oh, it can be.
Oh, it can be.
I don't do vanilla. I know that.
Yeah, I know. I do vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. It don't matter, baby.
God.
Pray tell, what is strawberry?
That's a ginger. That's a ginger.
That's a ginger.
They have no souls.
They have no souls. I know. They don't. Dorian, you're a minority. I really want anybody who has a spare moment to pick up Tip and the Gipper, the book.
What?
You will really enjoy it. And I always tell people this. Can you imagine John Boehner going to the bedside of President Obama after he's been shot and kissing his forehead and praying for him? No.
Wow.
That is what Tip O'Neill did to Ronald Reagan after he was shot. He was the first person past his wife and family. He was the first non-family allowed in the hospital room.
Wow.
And kissed Reagan's forehead and then prayed for him right there. And I was like, fuck, what did our parents do to fuck that up?
Ruthless.
No, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. We're not helping, but it wasn't us that started the fuck up.
Nice.
Isn't that like our generation to not take responsibility?
That's true. Or no, I think it's more like our generation to actually not have any responsibility. I think it's more of that
Not
one.
actually have the responsibility.
Yeah, just none.
I feel like we lost Alvy and Dorian and Pat.
What?
No, I'm
What?
here. I'm here.
No, I'm proud of Dorian. Dorian showed off some fucking sports muscles.
No, I was
Yeah.
here. I had to mute the mic because the dog was going ape shit.
Yeah, no,
I'm the only one that knows how to fucking mute a mic when something bad happens.
Alvy.
actually, Alvy, you know what's real fucked up? As you said that, my phone started going off and I muted my mic. So what?
Alvy.
Yeah.
Why is your dog so dumb?
He's not dumb.
He's a little dumb.
He's in the office with me, and there's a big giant fucking window in my office, and something was outside, and he was like, "That's bullshit. This is my house. Get out of my house." Dude, he's a dachshund. He's a dachshund and thinks he's a pinscher. That's just all there is to it. He thinks he's a Doberman.
Well, I say you. Well, I have a Doberman mix, and I say you get that pet Zoom, and it's awesome.
I'm gonna go look for it tomorrow.
I have a French bulldog, which everybody should get.
No, your French bulldog, no one should get. I am
one should.
sorry. I loved living with you, but Louis, oh
Dorian,
my
you only had
God.
remember you only had to deal with him for like I think 2 months before I was like, this is over.
He's just genetically fucked. He's allergic to the carpet. He's allergic to the grass. He's allergic to wood, bark, anything. Like the dog's allergic to it, and like anything he eats, he's allergic to it too. So he's always constantly blowing up in hives.
And trying to kill himself and bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, and just does these suicidal jumps down the stairs. Like he'll start running down the first couple, and then all of a sudden just pow, and just fucking face plants on the next one, and just starts rolling. Like this.
And it wouldn't be so bad if he didn't stink like never mind.
Yeah, he just had his skin was like constantly itchy and raw, and like you know how a normal dog kind of scratches the side of its cheek just by putting its face down to the carpet and kind of like rubbing its face. Well, not this dog. This dog would actually leap into the air, slap its face on the floor, and then just start scraping away to the point that you see blood marks on the carpet. I'm like, wow, this dog is so pleasant to live with.
and so I would hit him, and
That was Mike's solution to beat the poor dog.
That's not true. That's not true. I've done more nice things for that dog than you can possibly imagine.
Yeah, Mike would like.
But you hate the dog.
Just because I hate something doesn't mean I'm not going to take care of it.
Oh, come on.
No,
Kind of
Mike. Mike took care of the dog. He bathed him. He walked him. He did everything. Just the dog was genetically fucked and like mildly. Mildly.
No, he had developmental damage. He definitely had brain damage from being sick so young, and yeah, like he wasn't.
He wasn't all there.
He's still alive, but he just.
Well, one time, true story. One time we dropped a 2-liter on the floor, an empty 2-liter. Like I was throwing it away, missed the garbage can. The dog goes ape shit just because he has no snout. It's a French bulldog, so he goes ape shit and just completely tries to attack the 2-liter back and forth, but cannot grab it.
No,
Just
this is a dog that'll run into a wall.
Yeah.
Period.
Beautiful.
And do it again.
Boring.
What an asshole.
See, you guys are all relaxed. Why is everybody so relaxed?
Well, what do you got to add to the conversation,
Yeah.
there, Mr. Boring?
I did the
like to
entire
talk about
Bitcoin
pussy.
explanation.
I would like to talk about Richard's.
Alvy, you've been quiet. It's the most. Wow.
Wow.
Rich speaks. Take two.
Words,
Mhm.
please.
You have been the most quiet today.
The quietest.
Richard sounded like he was straining there. You have
Please
been-
say something profound.
Help me recover for what I've done to the show.
Pat and I may have been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, why? That's a terrible excuse.
Yeah.
I have a beer in my hand right now.
I have a margarita in my hand.
God damn it.
All right, I have a quote. I have something profound, and we can argue about it. From John Steinbeck. I'm going to piss somebody off. Here we go. You ready? Socialism never took in America because Americans do not see themselves as the exploited proletariat, but more like temporarily embarrassed millionaires. That's fucking profound.
I would say that's
Wow.
Yeah, maybe for you, millionaire, but for the rest of us, not really, don't care. Done. Over.
wow.
I think Alvy kind of liked it.
It's pretty. I mean, it's a profound statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
that's-
I'm just fucking with Mike. See, I like how Mike, when he gets into these situations, he calls upon other people. So the little deflection action.
That's because, first of all, I would just like to say, Dorian,
Have you guys gone to Google today?
what's it on today? I have. I just haven't fixed on.
It's
It's
they got
Henry.
it's a Rorschach test.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Everybody's saying the dude looks like Brad Pitt.
I don't know if he looks like Brad Pitt.
Ask Dorian, that's what he said.
I thought he
Dorian's
did.
Dorian's
dude's
also secretly in love
like
with
Brad
Brad
Pitt.
Pitt.
That dude looks nothing like Brad Pitt at all.
I thought he did.
Really? Have you seen
Yeah.
Brad
Yeah,
Pitt?
that's a uterus.
That's probably a good thing. Just means that Dorian's not, inclined that way.
I hate you guys.
Inclined that way?
Those are
Yeah.
doors.
I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Dorian is he needs the penetration station.
Wow.
Fuck
It's
you
already been
guys.
referenced. That was quick.
I do want to bring up a topic though. Have any of you guys seen the new Sleepy Hollow show?
No.
No, but I've heard
Okay.
really interesting things about
Let
it.
me tell you something. I was a little skeptical. It's like, oh, great, another fucking version of Sleepy Hollow. How the hell are they going to make a series out of this?
Bro, it's going to be terrible.
I thought that, right?
My immediate thought.
Right, exactly. Mine too. I watched the first episode. I watched the pilot, and it kind of pulled me in. And the reason it pulled me in is it takes a lot of different leaps. But what I really liked about it was, so Ichabod Crane comes to the future. All right, the way it happens is he's fighting in the Revolutionary War. Okay. And he's an English guy. He defects to the Americans, and he fights under George Washington. And he is in a battle. His mission is to go out and find this guy. He finds him, and he gets into a battle with him, and he kills him. He chops his head off. That dude becomes a headless horseman, and
Ow.
Ichabod gets hurt. Ichabod gets killed or wounded, severely wounded. His wife is a witch, casts a spell on him. He wakes up, 100 and some odd years later in modern time, and as he wakes up, the headless horseman wakes up. The guy that he cut his head off, he wakes up. The storyline is that the headless horseman is death. He is the first horseman of the apocalypse.
Oh, shit.
And it's his mission, the Headless Horseman's mission, to wake up the other three horsemen of the apocalypse to bring the apocalypse to America, to the world. And
What?
Ichabod Crane and this female lieutenant, police lieutenant that finds him are the two witnesses from the Book of Revelation who are supposed to stop the four horsemen of the apocalypse. And it's a phenomenal. I've watched every single episode now, and it's just like, this show is fucking awesome.
I'm skeptical that it's set in modern times.
But it goes back and forth. Like, you get it. You know what it reminds me of a lot? Like the storyline, in a way. Obviously it's not spot on, but in a way it reminds me of Assassin's Creed 3, how the revolution was fought against the Knights Templar and all that other shit. Because you get a lot of that reference. You get a lot of the Knights Templar. You get a lot of the. You get a lot of references from the beginning of time, and they do a lot of flashbacks to the Revolutionary War, and really good, really well written show. And the spin that the Headless Horseman is death, one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, is it's just like, it blew my mind when it happened. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
All right. Well, how far into them are they?
They're like 6 or 7 episodes. They got to be getting close to the end. It's one of my new favorite shows. It really is. I'm really pleased with it.
Can I get a little nerd on you?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna check that out. I've seen the Sleepy Hollow. I just haven't given it a shot on my Netflix there.
Yeah, do it.
But I'm definitely going to now after you said it. But another one that I just was browsing through, I had gotten sick not too long ago at work, so I just started it on Netflix. It's called Arrow. For those one that the Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I started watching it, and I was like, you know what? This looks a little cheesy, but whatever. Let me, because I remember the Green Arrow. They brought him in on like the Smallville series.
Yeah.
Those of you that have seen it, he came in for a little bit. Oliver Queen, Rich Boy, this and that. But when I saw the first episode of it, I was like, oh man, I need to see what happens next. I got halfway through. I'm like on season, or I'm on. It's only in the second season, but I'm on like episode 8. Halfway through my sick day, I'm like, wow, this show has really sucked me in. It's another show. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend definitely going and see it.
Another show to not see, because I've watched 2 episodes of it and it's fucking awful, is Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really? Terrible?
Yeah. I thought it was. I was looking forward to it, and I watched the pilot, and I was like, it's okay. And then I watched the second episode today, actually, and I was like, this is not a show that I want to watch.
Yeah, unfortunately, Agent Coulson is the best part of that show.
Yeah, he is.
And the twins. Agent Coulson and the twins.
Yeah.
Funny characters, but everybody else.
Yeah, it's just a really
Dorian,
good show.
what did you say?
I've watched a couple episodes of it. I like that one, and the Tomorrow People is actually captured me.
I haven't watched the Tomorrow People yet. I hear that's great.
I like it.
Yeah.
They're both entertaining. Yes, Shield's a little less entertaining, but I definitely look forward to the Tomorrow People. My shows right now are American Horror Story, which is amazing. God, they cut a zombie in half this last episode. It was awesome.
I like it.
It was awesome.
I like the Once Upon a Time, actually.
Yes,
I'll throw that out there.
I've been watching that too. Once Upon a Time, that's awesome. Yeah, I love how they tie in all your like fairy tale creatures or characters all together.
You guys should read the comic book series Fables. It's kind of like that. It's amazing.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Oh, it's really. In fact, there's a game on Steam for it called. It's called The Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
So Mike, what is Twitter up to today? Have you noticed?
No, I don't. Oh, you mean their stock?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me like a very broad question of just like,
like
hey, so Mike, what's
trending on Twitter?
What's going on with Twitter?
Today,
Everywhere in the world.
16 million followers, 490.
No, it spiked. I think somewhere around like 45 and a half. I think today, and yeah, it's. I mean,
did they do a better job with the IPO than Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah, but Rich called it when we talked about it.
It's not exactly setting the mark very high.
No, it's really not.
Rich called it though. It's the IPO.
I mean, damn, Alvie knows he's in the same.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously, I mean,
no, it's holding.
It's
It's gonna be around 40 for a bit now, and or give or take, and yeah, if you got in on that IPO, you are a happy fucking person.
What did it go public at?
26.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's.
I wouldn't buy it now.
No, it's because it'll drop off here.
Yeah,
pretty hard.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that chick that got her fucking head blown off when she went to go knock on a door.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this girl, her cell phone was dead. She got into a car wreck. She goes to knock on a door, and she's black. And we haven't heard the race of the person, but it's an 86% white area. And she got her head blown off through the door.
Just for knocking at the
Anybody
door.
else just hear
Now, however, the guy says, so we don't know the identity of the dude, and they haven't arrested him yet because he says the gun went off accidentally. So basically, if you're black, don't knock on anyone's door because there will be an armed person on the other side.
Where was this, Mike?
God,
You're so wrong.
Yeah, but you know, Mike, you're the typical anti-gun, follow everything my
I
party.
own 7 guns, Richard.
I know, God.
Yeah, he's
You know how-
definitely a redneck Democrat, is what Mike is.
Yeah, no.
As I like to say, I'm a godless, gun-toting liberal.
All right. Well, running off of that, while Mike looks at that story up,
Detroit.
I was in
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah, but it was in a.
Like
It was
Detroit proper, or
Yeah, it was
So,
It was. Alvy,
if-
you tell me. It was in a 6% white area. Yes.
yeah, it's in Detroit proper, right? It was on 8 Mile.
Yeah. By the way, his
Detroit
house.
elected their first
Memphis
white
house-
mayor in 40 years.
Huh?
Detroit elected their first white mayor in 40 years this last election.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Pat takes over for Mike on the news.
And more interesting news as well.
How is that news more than some random chick who got in a car accident and getting shot in the fucking face?
Man, I haven't heard that at all. Then again, I haven't really been watching the news.
There's also a story circulating in the news that this father or stepfather, I think it said stepfather, didn't want to buy cigarettes for his son, so his son stole his work truck, some gardening truck that he had, and started driving off. Just stole his stepfather's truck. I guess the stepfather wanted to show him a lesson, called the cops on him. I want to say, if I don't have the computer in front of me, it's Iowa, because he was driving through Iowa State University. He was driving through one of the universities and just started driving recklessly when the cops were chasing him. Actually wrecked the car. I don't know if the cops pit maneuvered him or he wrecked the car, but he wrecked the car and kept the car running, and he didn't want to get out. And I don't know what happened, but apparently the cops deemed him as a threat and unloaded on the car and killed the kid.
I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Everyone's so worried about the federal government, and those fucking state forces are just dropping. Like, fucking
Yeah,
why?
This stepfather called the cops on his stepson and got him shot up.
Dude, that reminds me of a story I heard. This is an old one. It's probably about a month old, but it tripped me out, dude. I was driving to my parents' house, and I was listening to Cowhead. They were telling a story about this. It was a father, a mother, and their son were sitting in their in their trailer, and there was a knock at the door. And the mother went to answer the door, and when she opened the door, all she said was, "Oh my God, they have a gun!" And whoever it was shot and killed the mother.
Oh,
right?
Wow!
Walks into the trailer, shoots and kills the son. The father was in the back or something. He ran and got his gun, came out and shot and killed both the people that came into the trailer. So the father's alive, mom's dead, son is dead.
Wow.
The fucking caveat to the whole story, the 2 people that came in was the daughter and the daughter's husband.
Whoa.
So shit, yeah.
So the dad shot and killed his daughter and his son-in-law after the daughter and son-in-law came in and shot the mom and the son.
Whoa.
So the dad is the only one left in the family that's alive.
Damn.
Wow.
Wrap your head around that one.
How the fuck?
If that doesn't want to make you wrap your lips around the barrel of a 12 gauge, I don't know.
I was gonna say.
You're
I'll be
right.
honest. I don't know if I could.
Wow.
That would be like if.
Wow.
No, because
Well, Alvy, with your Big Bear image, you've got like the dark side story going on now. Is that gonna be your thing?
Welcome to the award for the most depressing story today.
Oh my God.
It's an amazing, like it's an unreal story.
Yeah, watch your
That's one of those
vocabulary
stories
there.
where Jerry Springer's like, no, fuck you.
Well, dude,
Even I've got standards.
it was mind blowing. I heard that and I was just like, holy shit! Like you as the dad, you got to feel good because you're alive. You stopped everything, but then after it's all fucking laid out and washed out, you gotta like Rich said, you gotta feel ready to start a fucking shotgun. That's for sure.
Yeah. No shit.
Too much.
I mean, if that wasn't visual enough for you, I don't know what is.
I mean,
You could have said Kurt Cobain it or something.
adult content
Kurt
will be
Cobain
covered.
dropped in there.
I mean, just unreal, absolutely unreal. So I'm floating around Google right now, and the number 1 topic trending today is BlizzCon.
Oh, so thank you, because I posted that thing. They announced it today. So I'm not the biggest StarCraft 2 player, but you can now play StarCraft 2 for free.
Oh, really?
You can't play single player, but you can play multiplayer for free. All
Single
3
player's where
races.
it's at. If you've never played the campaigns of the first 2, damn.
Yeah, they were thank you. Because remember getting the original StarCraft, and before you even played, you remember reading the manual. Remember
Yeah,
this?
the original StarCraft. It was like the entire thing was an experience. You know.
Yeah.
Remember the manual? The manual was a novel. Like you could be taking a poop and be like, "I'm going to get the StarCraft manual and read my favorite part of the story."
Exactly.
Because it was seriously, it was a small novel.
Dare we use Epic?
Yeah, it was an epic. Period. No, it wasn't epic. It was an epic.
Yes.
Epic, one might say.
An epic novel.
I don't think I ever
guys,
played the second one.
bro.
Bird Wars or the new one that just came. StarCraft 2, Alvy, just came out, and it doesn't play like how's it play like, Mike? What would you call that?
It's a weird symbiosis between Warcraft 3 and StarCraft. Yeah.
It's still a strategy game though.
Yeah, and a clicking point. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I never played that one.
For all the experience, and maybe I'm just nostalgic. StarCraft 1 is just so perfect in all ways.
But tell me they don't do a good job with
they did
Kerrigan and Raynar.
Oh, Richard, are we going after the heartstrings? Is that what we're doing?
You cry at the end of the
he picks her up, and he picks her up, and she's still got the fucked up hair, but he's like, "Don't worry." You're like, yeah.
It's literally they do the best job of making you care about the characters, and
they had to do it.
Yes, you have a choice. You get choices.
Yeah,
and you choose to save her. Obviously, it's obvious.
Especially Kerrigan, who they really had to go after for you to care about her.
And oh man, you'd be a heartless, soulless son of a bitch if you chose to capture her because
literally the last time you saw Kerrigan was in StarCraft 1, and her the last mission she has in Brood Wars is, "I'm pretty much the queen bitch of the universe." Like,
you feel like a lonely chick reading a sex novel, and you cannot put it down, and you just want them to get together.
Yeah, absolutely. Have weird human babies.
Perhaps a little butt in the butt, in the words of Butters.
Yes.
I don't know if she has a butt anymore, but
yeah, that's true. It might be like a carapace.
Yeah, she might be covered. There's a stinger in there.
That's the way Pat likes it.
So, does anybody know when Game of Thrones is coming back?
Oh, for the love of
I don't know. I'm still catching up. Please don't say anything. I'm still catching up. I'm in season 3.
Here's what I know about Game of Thrones.
What
Richard
are you
likes
doing
to
with
eat
your
that
life?
ass.
Oh God.
Richard likes to eat Game of Thrones ass.
We went out on Halloween night, and we went to Coyote Ugly, and there was a sexy Khaleesi dancing on the bar, and Area 813 gets this photo of me, and I'm about to bite Khaleesi. You know, I mean, we had our little thing.
I'm like waving at the ass, and fucking Richard is just like, nom.
And they snap this photo and throw it up on Area813.com.
Dorian and Courtney are like, "Hey, everybody," and me and Richard are like, "That ass."
That's amazing.
Oh God!
So nobody knows when it's coming back.
No.
Dorian, how are you so far behind on this?
Original point.
Bro, I have literally just watched season 1 and season 2 in the last month.
Earlier.
God, are you serious?
Yes, and Courtney just introduced me to it. She has the same reaction you guys do. She's like, "Are you serious? You haven't watched Game of Thrones?"
Introduced to Game of Thrones?
It's sad.
Like I thought I was bad when I was watching
Has
season
anyone
1
read
when season 2 was coming out. But wow, you can't be on
Has
season
anyone
3
read
because there's only
read
2
about
seasons.
half of the first book.
What?
You can't be on season 3 because there's only 2 seasons.
There's 3 seasons.
There's a third season that's going on.
There's a third season. Boy.
So it's going on 4?
Yeah.
It's going on
okay.
before.
I thought
I just got I'm watching it currently online. The third season, and I'm like 3 episodes in, 2 episodes in. I just saw the dragons get big.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Dragons, bro.
sucks. We can't talk about this right now because of you.
Oh my God! Please don't. Oh my God! I haven't seen it.
Fuck you.
I'm
Let's
sorry,
do it.
bro, for the good of the show.
Pat can hardly be blamed, really.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going along with what the audience wanted.
Exactly.
All right, I'm walking away.
I'm walking.
Dorian, doesn't that mean that you would have to leave your cell phone?
He's just gonna leave it sitting outside.
All right, so I know, like, are all of you guys off of Walking Dead now?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest. I watched a few episodes. I watched the first
watched
episode
it
of this season. The first episode of this season was pretty good.
Dude, this season's actually really good, and a lot of people are saying it sucks because it's kind of slow. But it's
But
slow
the zombie
building.
apocalypse should be slow. It was the slow episodes that were really great in season
Exactly,
2. And it was
dude.
like when it was like shit is going down. We just don't know where.
Yeah.
No, the best episodes to this day are when he's inside the tank and they're like cruising through different areas and he's fucking zombies. Those are the best times. Not the slow, let's sit on a farm for a whole
And this is why Richard will not be good at DayZ.
Right? No, dude.
What you don't know is I'll pop out so good. I'll have a clip of 12 rounds and there'll be like 12 zombies. And I'll just click, 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 click. All 12.
and then there'll be 54 zombies after you
Eating your
unload
fucking
12.
face in.
And then
I'll
you're
be
fucked because
gone
all
and
you
you
have
guys
is a
will be
machete.
eating.
Huh?
I can't wait. I'm telling you right now, if I get on DayZ with you guys tonight, and if Richard ever gets on it, Richard's going to be the Leroy Jenkins of the
No,
group.
Dorian. First of all, you're going to be the Leroy Jenkins because I say so.
No way.
Because you are a Leroy Jenkins.
I am not a Leroy
Thank you,
Jenkins.
Mike.
Yeah, you literally are the Leroy Jenkins of conversation.
Yeah.
That's what you just charge the conversation with your supposed information from a non-valid source that we discredit on the daily.
Listen. Here's how it's going to roll. Pat and Alvy are DPS. No, and Alvy's tank. Richard is a debuffer. I'm a buffer. And you're Leroy Jenkins.
I'm definitely DPS. I have the most weapons and the more powerful ones.
Alvy,
You're gonna die at
Alvy's
DayZ.
helicopter. So Alvy's a
Alvy's tank.
Alvy's
all the
support.
armor.
I'm Overwatch. I'm like the healer in the group with the helicopter because I can just come down and go, all right, get in.
No,
bitches."
no, Alvy, you can't just come down. You'll fucking blow the helicopter up.
Really, I mean, you are the tank. Let's face it.
All right, so let's get it. Hold on. Let's get outside of video games. Let's get outside of television. Let's talk.
EDC's this weekend.
We're going into Nerdville real quick, and the apocalypse has happened right now. Okay, the zombie apocalypse is upon us, and it's us 5 as a group with our significant others.
I'm ready.
Okay, first of all, we're leaving my house because my house is the worst house for a zombie apocalypse.
No, you come to mine. I have the safest.
Wait,
location.
are we really going through this? This
Just
is
so you know, we may go to somebody's house to like regroup, but there's only one place we'd all be heading.
It's right. It's true. Mike's place in Georgia.
In North
Yeah.
Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Close, though.
Oh, close, yeah.
Couple states off. Dead by the time you got to the property.
Because I honestly, like, to be honest with you, between the 5 of us, we have enough armament to supply a small army.
And
Yeah.
if for not just a small army, but ourselves for half a lifetime if we don't
Thank-
fucking ape shit.
Well, you know what I'm
Dorian?
what I'm disappointed in is I think Mike, you, and myself are the only one with food storage. So
That's probably true.
I know. I told you guys just we can do this easy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so theoretically, what's everyone's?
So everybody in Florida meets to Sebring. Nobody's going to be going to it. You know what I'm saying? You have 4 main roads to get there
How the fuck are we getting to Georgia, though? Or North Carolina?
You would want
together on motorcycles.
You
Come on.
would
Maybe I'll be flying a plane.
Yeah, Alvy, you steal a plane. That's easy.
actually, guys.
That's
I
not a
can
bad
get
idea.
there. I can get there on 1 tank of gas.
Or Alvy could steal a fucking plane.
Right.
Oh yeah, I can still.
They're way safer than driving the whole way. I mean,
True. And I
Get your
I
donkey
have an
logic on
all-wheel
point.
and I have a Subaru ready to go sitting in my garage in North Carolina.
okay, I want you to say that 4 times.
I have a Subaru
Alvy.
ready to go.
Yeah.
I was about to say you don't have a primary, but I forgot you have those 8mm, don't you?
Dude, I've got so many rifles in this house. I could arm each one of us with a rifle right now.
Oh boy, I mean, you know that I'm good.
I've got 3 in this place and 4.
Mike,
Yeah.
talking rifles. The 22s are beautiful, but I mean, you need something that has a bullet to it.
What's the difference between a 357 in your skull and a 22?
It's for human targets, sir.
We will not be seen by humans.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot you invented the cloaking technology.
It's actually. You know how much I hate technology, Rich. It's actually a magical cloak.
Oh wow!
I stole it. I shot Harry Potter in the back of the head.
Oh god. So yeah,
Jesus.
so we go to Sebring Airport. We steal a plane, and we load it up with food and
And
ammunition.
Nashville Airport is super tiny, and nobody ever flies there.
Well, yeah, assuming that the planes there, by the time we've all gotten there, have not already been flown off.
Yeah, well, that's Plan A. Plan B, we take one of these cars that are at the
Oh.
car shop right next to me, and we put steel plate on it, pack it with tires and gasoline, and we get on the road. Make sure to put some motorcycles on the top.
Well, I'll meet y'all there because at the first sign of trouble, I'm already.
Yeah,
you forgot,
you're-
but you think the apocalypse happens now? No, I'm already gone.
Yeah, I was just saying, fuck meeting everybody. We'll meet in North
Yeah, but-
Carolina.
Yeah, but we have a better chance of going a long distance together.
That's true. But
Oh,
Rich,
yeah.
remember North Carolina, not Georgia, because you're going to end up in North Georgia being like, "Where is everybody?" Atlanta seems like a good bet. I'll go to Atlanta.
And besides,
Can I just
be
say,
honest,
speaking of
I
the Walking Dead,
carry all of my supplies and armaments by myself.
barely have to eat anything, so
Shut up.
I've weaned myself off calories.
Good.
Good. Yeah, now you won't eat me.
Wouldn't going to the water be a good plan too?
Yeah, I mean it would be nice.
But what? Where would we land? It would be nice,
No.
but
Well,
where are we going?
He meant on a boat.
Yeah,
I got you. Where are we going?
Yeah, no, Mike's place in the
Bahamas.
woods is the best.
ride the coast. I don't know.
We could go to the Bahamas.
You guys go where you want, but I'm gonna wait for you guys
At Mike's
in
place.
Sebring. The only person I'm even gonna be able to communicate is Albie because he's the only one with the CB radio, which sucks. So we're just gonna have to pray for you guys for a couple days.
Well, I'm
Pat
down
has
with
the
Pat
easiest
with the
journey.
Bahamas.
He has in between Miami and me nothing but this 27 state. road.
Yeah, what's the road that cuts Alligator Alley in half and takes you all the way up to Orlando?
27.
Yeah, 27. 27. Sorry, I didn't know that's what it was. 27 is the most desolate piece of fucking stretch in the world.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
he's negative today, isn't he?
No, that's good.
No, it's fucking. That's true. That's a positive.
Yeah, but isn't that bad if there's a backup or say something you can't get around because it is a 2-lane highway?
No, but see, here's the difference in us and everybody else. The first sign of one single zombie, all of us are like, fuck it, we're gone.
Yeah, we'd get the calls immediately.
Yeah, because
All right,
there's
well,
none of us would be
okay,
sitting in the
now-
house going, oh, well, somebody's going to come help us.
Hey, when that dude ate the dude's face in Miami, how fucking were like, up, shit, up.
Okay, well,
No,
but
are you kidding me? We were calling each other like crazy. Mike, you
I
must
know.
have had a loop.
I drove past it.
Good drop in,
Wow.
Pat.
What? Wow. Okay, sir.
Note to self: check Pat when he comes into the group for bikes.
for bites.
Shoot in head if necessary.
well,
Actually, more than anything, go ahead, Dorian.
out of all of us, I mean, I'm pretty sure most of us, I know that I do have the God bag, the get out of Dodge bag.
Yeah, but you have only one gun, and it's the small. It's. I know. I gave it to you.
Swear to God, take your Oreos.
You have like 4
Pat.
boxes of Oreos in there, which is not going to help you out.
Are you kidding me?
Just tag team that Oreos.
Enough calories to last him a month and a half if he does it right.
You know what? You fuck around, but Dorian is going to show up and just be like, I brought enough Oreos for everybody. And we're going to have been beans for someone. We're going to be like, yeah.
No, but we'll have to fight Dorian off of the Oreos. Be like, no, bitch, you
Yeah.
only get 2.
He's
Let's
sitting in
be
the corner,
honest.
Gollum style,
Dorian's a
fucking
mile
like,
out.
just.
Dorian would be a mile out, and he'd be like, you know what? I need to eat the rest of these to gain my strength.
He's like, hey, guys.
I foresee a long road ahead. I must consume a sleeve of Oreos.
He'd come back and be like, Dorian, we know you brought some Oreos, sir. He's like, no, I didn't even have any with him. We'd be like, Dorian, your shirt is literally made of cookies and cream.
And then he's going to look at us very sincerely and go, they're somewhere you don't want them. But actually, I would like to point out, between the 5 of us, we can get anything electrical working.
Oh, yeah.
Like, period. And
If the 5 of us actually bunkered down, we'd actually be pretty good.
We're good to go.
So that's the consensus. Just go up to North Carolina. How the fuck am I gonna get from here to North Carolina without fucking falling into a horde?
You're gonna come with us. You're gonna head up to see. You're the closest to me.
You know what's great? You know what's great about it is I didn't know that Mike had a place up in North Carolina, but Kim's family also has a place in North Carolina too.
Where at?
You know what? I don't know. And she went to the store, so I have no idea. But it's in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, I'm in the mountains, and so my entire house is reverse pressured, and my door swings outwards, and solar powered, and what am I? Oh yeah, it sits on the top of its own aquifer.
You only have one bathroom in that, right?
I have the most ginormous bathroom you could possibly imagine, Richard.
Right, but you're not used to sharing said bathroom, so
well. I think with zombies around, we can figure it out. Oh, actually, but it wouldn't be a problem sharing it, Rich.
And then he's like, "Oh wait, but you know what? Actually, you guys can go fuck yourselves."
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Did you bring the bleach?" No, Mike, we didn't bring the bleach. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, if it happened, well, I'm pretty sure all of us would have a better surviving chance just because we're all kind of enthusiasts of the whole thing. So, like, I have my get out of Dodge bag, and like the moment I see something, like, me and Richard have had those drunk moments where we just lean over the balcony when we were down in Miami, and we're like, "Hey, Rich."
I was there.
Yeah, and Mike was there too. If we just looked over the balcony, and we literally just go, "Rich, that jogger you see over there, all of a sudden gets attacked by a zombie. Go. What do you do?"
Yeah, who was it? No, but I forget which one of you it was, but it was a terrible idea to immediately go get a boat. And I'm like, dude, Miami Harbor,
my idea,
dude, would be on fire. You wouldn't be able to get out.
We were like a block away though, too.
We were close, but still,
that. We were so close.
I don't think we had enough. We had enough guns at the time.
All I had was my one rifle on me.
Yeah, not to make that journey. We didn't have it. But if we were to go with our each individual god bags, we could easily get all the way over to the Miami Harbor, take a boat, and we're out of the city in a matter of an hour or two. I'll just riding the coast. If we need any supplies, we stop.
Actually, dude, and even like a rather large boat, you could probably get to the Bahamas. It's like a 2-hour ferry from Miami.
Oh, yeah,
but I don't know if the Bahamas would be safe either. You got cruise ships going there and back.
No, the best part about the Bahamas, though, is you don't have to go to the major islands. There's so many small-ass islands that don't have anybody on them. You just literally park the boat, and it's like Star Island.
If you were stuck in and you had to like deal with a boat scenario, you could go to the Bahamas until everybody else starts coming to the Bahamas, and like there's craziness going on. That crazy follows people, so you can just come back to the mainland in a quiet spot after everyone's already gone to shit and back.
Yeah, but I mean, at any point in time, say, in a theoretical situation, there's no end to it. Eventually, you're going to...
Corey, get that motorcycle, go!
What are you going to do? Live like, fucking the crossbow and bow and arrow, like hunt for your food? Like, I don't know.
It's not out of the realm of possibility, Dorian. Jeez.
I mean, if you don't think you're going to hunt your food, where do you think the food's coming from?
Well, I don't know. I personally, I would rather fish. I would rather go to an island.
I'm better fish in ponds. There's bass. There's all kinds of stuff.
I actually live right next door to a salmon farm.
Yeah, and you can't fish by the ocean. That's literally the most vulnerable spot. 80-something% of the world's population lives by a coastal line.
Yep.
True story. I find
shit just got real, son.
Well, of course shit just got real. Why do you think I've been building this house for the past year? Fucking year to put this house together. It's not even done yet, though. I don't have the security shutters. So,
hey, Rich, I just found a story. They've got the first 3D printed gun out of metal.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome.
That broke on InfoWars.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
No, that was a lament. I don't like InfoWars.
That's pretty cool, though. 3D gun out of metal.
Really cool. Is it the same one?
Mm-mm.
It's a different type.
Yeah, it looks like a 1911.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? I just want to say, I, by the way, completely support the changing of the Redskins name.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, totally. Deal with it. You
Why?
know it. Because it is. Someone brought up a good point. I was totally against it. Someone was like, could you imagine if someone called it like the New York Kikes?
That's such bullshit, dude.
It's bullshit because it's not directly affecting us, but there's a whole thing of people that are directly. You are literally calling them their equivalent for N-word.
I have so many. No, I shouldn't say I have so many. I know.
Are you
I know
pulling
a
out
few.
the "I have a friend"?
No.
Alfie?
I know a few.
Wow.
I know a few people
Wow.
of Indian descent that have absolutely no fucking problem with that name.
That's true. And
That
I'm sure
name.
most
The only reason that name is offensive to anybody is because somebody said it was offensive, and it grabbed traction with the civil rights with the civil rights groups, and that's why this discussion is happening.
But why not
If we're
just
gonna change, if we're gonna change the Redskin name, then we change the Braves, then we change the Chiefs, and we change all of those fuckers.
Well, wait. Except for the Braves is not used as a slur.
That's funny. Yeah, that was not a good comparison.
Yeah.
Although,
I think it's complete.
now that I
bullshit.
see how upset it makes you, I also think
But
that
fuck
they
you.
should change. The
I think
name.
it's complete
That's good.
bullshit.
And
I don't even like the Redskins.
I think they should. I think they should name it the Congressman.
Ugh.
actually, why not?
Can we keep one DC team intact at all? I mean, we changed the fucking Bullets to the Wizards because
I have
the
a question.
Bullets was offensive.
Wait,
Like-
Bullets was it? I honest to God did not even know they were called the Bullets before they were called the Wizards.
The Washington Bullets for years, and then everybody same thing like the Redskins. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's offensive. It's in DC. It's got a high crime rate. We got to change it. It's Bullets." Blah 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 blah, and it became the Wizards. Fuck that, dude.
They should
We're
call.
so goddamn.
That's more kind of that's a pretty rough connection for me to draw.
We're so goddamn PC in this country. It's ridiculous.
We are actually the most un-PC country in the world. In the world, Alvie, we are not very PC.
Come on. The PC movement started in this country
And then it floundered.
because it's bullshit.
Uh-huh.
People can't fucking. I don't know, man. It bothers me. It's like I was gonna say people can't take a joke, but that's.
But
not
it's
what I
the
was-
same as
that's not
if
what I
it was
trying to
called.
say.
It's the same as if it was called the New York Kikes.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I really don't.
Redskins
But
are-
let me ask you this question: if that's the truth, right? If it's that offensive, how come it's been the name for this long?
Do you know how many Native Americans are in this country, Alvie?
Well, no, because we
Not a
fucking
lot.
decimated them.
So their voice isn't exactly large,
Alvy said we decimate them.
which is not correct. Thank you, Rich.
Wow.
Rich, did you have the little twitch?
I mean, it was just an epic explanatory adverb.
And it was also an incorrect adverb.
I agree, but excellent. Use.
Okay, well, teach me. Why is that a bad adverb?
Decimated is actually a Roman term, and it means to kill by a factor of 10. So it's actually a very precise thing. It was a Roman, and actually even before Roman, it was a Roman thing.
Okay, so did we not kill them by a factor of 10? We fucking
we killed them by like a factor of 100.
we destroyed an entire
We were
people.
saying you were understating it, Alvy.
Oh, what? All right.
Yeah, I know.
I got a lot of negative comments when I voiced my thing on Facebook the other day. I was just like, "Oh, Thanksgiving, awesome! They fed us right before we massacred them."
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that incorrect?
It's true. Well, I mean, I got a lot of like, "Oh, well, it's a day representing thanks." Like, I got a lot of these like boohoo, basically private messages from people that my status update was offensive. I'm like, Thanksgiving's the day that we give thanks for feeding us before we massacre you.
I thought
Oh,
Christmas.
is that the Facebook post where you Leroy Jenkins that bitch and didn't even think about it before you posted it?
Because he's Leroy Jenkins. Way to bring it all back, Pat. Love you.
Yep, no problem.
Nice.
Wait,
All
isn't
right.
Christmas for giving thanks?
No, Thanksgiving in the name.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Well, I know, but
it's thanks to Jesus on Christmas.
No, Christmas is a pagan holiday, anyways.
it is a pagan holiday.
You're a pagan holiday.
It's a pagan holiday, Richard.
Everybody says it was the birth of Christ, which is bullshit because Christ was actually born in like the middle of the year.
Well, yeah, I know.
Research it.
Anyways, we went from zombies, and then zombies got serious, and now Red.
Wait. Speaking of which, did you know that Hanukkah and Thanksgiving fall on the same, or the first day of Hanukkah and Thanksgiving fall on the same day this year?
Yeah.
It's the first time. It's not gonna happen again in 90,000 years. Until 90,000 years.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that
Yep.
the other day too.
True story. Colbert broke that news, I think.
Colbert.
However, I do want to say, I forgot if we talked about it in last podcast, but the FDA banned trans fat. Shkabam! No, because it finally just came out, and we're like, it's not just bad for you; it is straight up unhealthy, like carbon monoxide unhealthy, bad for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know, it would be one thing if we had like a 4% obesity rate.
Yeah.
It would be one thing. And we could all be like, you know what, guys? But we're cool. We can eat trans fat. We obviously cannot. So when little kids can't fucking deal with their candy, someone has to come in and smack them upside the head.
Well, did you hear about the lady? What was it in Texas? She was basically, when the kids would knock at the door, she was going to the door and evaluating the kids. If they were obese, she, instead of handing candy, she would hand this letter that she had personally typed out informing the parents' irresponsibility for their obese kid. Like, this lady in Texas actually did that.
And we talked about it. I can understand the intent, but the execution was just like, why not just hand out some fruit?
Horrible.
Mike, I don't even understand how you can understand the intent. I mean, literally, can you imagine as a kid, that's what you get instead of candy? Like, it's the day for kids and candy.
It's the day for kids. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying no. What I'm saying is I can understand the intent on her side, like wanting to not make kids fat. And she could have been like, all right, here's some apples or fruit. And then the kids wouldn't have eaten them, don't get me wrong. But at least she could have not psychologically damaged somebody for her own, like, arrogant power.
No, I remember trick-or-treating with Richard back in the day when we were little kids on rollerblades. And I would hate those
rollerblades.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you get more candy that way, boy. Come on.
Yeah, you cover more ground.
No front light, no go.
Rollerblades and an extra large pillowcase. Come on.
And if they Richard, if they didn't have their porch light on, that was universal code for next, please.
Or check real quick because they might have the entire bowl of candy. That
might have the whole bucket. Yep, true story.
Or it could be like my house where there is no porch light until you walk up to it and then it turns on.
Well, we didn't have fancy schmancy shit like that.
Ooh, where I live, we have to have automatic.
We went trick or treating at the yacht club.
Fuck you.
Me and Richard would come back with pillowcases going out fucking. But I would hate going to the houses and they got the bowl of like dental floss and like.
That's a dentist, yeah.
I'm like, what an asshole.
Hey, Dorian, you're also fat.
Well, yeah. I think on that one, that's a great place to end this.
Wow.
So we covered a lot tonight. Shit got real for a few of those topics, but
shit got real.
but we didn't mention my is it racist? Is it if it's right?
Let's bring it up.
No, it's a little controversial. I don't know if I can bring it up.
Just before you do it, yes, it's still racist.
Yeah, and we'll spin that up next time.
We'll start with that. I feel like, hey, anytime Dorian's on time, he gets to start.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So Dorian, that's your incentive for getting here on time every time.
You get to start.
It was good.
Okay, and can I bring something up? When can I change my bio back?
You can never change your bio. Number 3, you got 2 more, Bod.
Hold on, guys. How about if he shows up on time 5 times in a row? That way his bio will never change.
No, we can't.
Well, I think Mike had it. We initially said it was for 5 episodes, so we have to get 5 actual published episodes. So this will be the 3rd one. So he's got 2 more to go.
All right.
So, okay.
In our dealings.
Yeah. So we'll shut it down for the night. We got a lot of good topics tonight. Guys, it was awesome. Good time. Everybody say your byes.
See you.
See you guys later.
See you guys later. Have a good night.
Go fuck yourselves.
Visit us at 5guysmostlylies.com. Like us on Facebook and Twitter. You can get to both of those at 5guysmostlylies.com/Facebook and /Twitter. You can also find us on iTunes and Stitcher at 5guysmostlylies.com/iTunes and /Stitcher to take us along with you on all your MP3 devices. We'll see you on the flip side. See you.